but putting it together is easy.
Right.
That's not a big deal. You can have. All right, I'm not going to minimize. Just want that there. All right. Let's start this over once again.
And the mute is off.
Mute is off. I'm going to turn it back on now because I don't want us to talk through the intro. Start streaming. Here we go. Oh, God.
Nice.
That's not. You've heard nothing.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should just let it rip on air one night. That'd be pretty funny.
You hear me at work?
Oh, that's
I do.
That's why that chick thinks you're possessed. It's the burping.
Oh, yeah. You're so disgusting. Hello, and welcome to Rat Salad Review. There we are. As you can see, we are down to 2 tonight because Troy has come down with the gonorrhea.
Yep.
No, he's got, I don't know what he's got, but he's sick. And he needed the night off, so I gave it to him. I'm not going to pay him for tonight, though.
Wait, we're getting paid?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm getting
probably
paid.
Not.
Neither
oh,
you
okay.
are. Yeah, I wish I was getting paid, please. So anyway, tonight's just going to be like I don't know what kind of show it's going to be. So we had a show ready for tonight to do Evergrey. What the hell's that? The Atlantic, it's called, the new album.
Yeah, the Atlantic.
But I'd rather do that with all 3 of us. So we'll save it for him.
Okay.
We'll do it next week.
Works for me.
Anyway, what's going on? So how was your Christmas?
Pretty good. Quiet. I went out for Christmas Eve, and then we just hung here and had Christmas dinner.
Nice. What'd you get? What'd Santa bring you?
Oh, I got a couple different records. My mom got me some real nice winter coat and shit. So.
Right, nice one. A what?
Coat.
Coat?
Yes.
What the hell's coat?
A coat, that you wear.
Oh, I thought it was. You said you got albums and stuff. I thought it was another band.
You're a Riri, but that's cool.
Interesting band name, Coat.
You know what? Somebody would be into it with all the weird stuff that's out today.
There's a band called Mustache, so why not?
Yeah. But John, Uncle Saxon, he got me Raven's first single, which is awesome.
Oh wow, nice.
Don't need your money, so that's pretty cool.
You should have got the autograph at the show.
I didn't have it then.
I know.
Yeah. But I would have, including by the new drummer, which would have just pissed you off.
It would have. That would really make me angry.
Actually, probably not on the first single. I mean, anyway, yeah. And then my brother got me the first 10 years box set by Iron Maiden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I already have everything that's on it, but he got me the Japanese version of it, and that's pretty cool to have.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then I bought for myself directly from one of the band members an autographed version of the band cover for the Zentrix Ghostbusters single.
Oh yeah, yep, I remember
that CD I had before.
Yeah.
But none of that other stuff is handy here at the desk.
That's all right. None of mine's handy here at all either. So
I could talk about how much I love wool socks, but that doesn't have shit to do with this show. But everybody should.
I don't have any wool socks.
It's also generally about 20, 30 degrees warmer where you are too. So.
You think so? Pretty cold right now.
How cold is it there?
I have no idea. It's pretty cold though. It's probably in the 30s.
Okay, it's like 20 here.
I could give you a weather report if you want.
Nah, I'm good.
Hold on. Look, this is good, interesting television here. YouTube vision. All right, it's just taking too long. Forget it.
Well, it's still better when they put Adam Curry in that leather jacket and made him host the Headbangers Ball.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember seeing that now.
That fucking new wave guy, he looks so out of place.
He did.
Whoa, dudes.
There was a lot of weird hosts for that show.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it until Ricky Rackman was doing it, so I really didn't know the other hosts at the time. So Ricky Rackman was my only host that I ever knew for that show. But then when I saw the older ones, I was like, how did these people even know who these bands are?
Yeah.
Like with Ricky Rackman, you at least thought he knew most of those bands, you know?
Yeah.
I thought he was a cool guy. A lot of people didn't like him, though.
I mean, he's kind of geeky, but I never had a problem with him. I mean, I understand some people's complaints about certain things he does that are annoying or whatever, but I don't think he was a bad host. I thought he was good on the show.
Yeah, he definitely was. He had a lot of good episodes with Alice in Chains. He used to go to the theme parks and stuff like that. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like those shows.
Yeah. And then my buddy had tapes of this from when he was in high school in the 80s, and he gave them to me later on of Dee Snider's Heavy Metal Half Hour.
Oh, the radio one? Or
No, this was on MTV. This would predated Headbangers Ball, actually.
Oh, really?
I mean, Dee Snider's not on every show because it only ran for like 2 years. At first, it was a weekly show, and then it went down to monthly. But I mean, I didn't have all of them on tape, obviously, but he was on there pretty frequently. But there was a lot of guest hosts too, because yeah, excuse me, but
I did mine before the show.
well, I'm drinking Pepsi here, man. Pepsi, give me free stuff.
Got to put it to the screen there. Product placement. Sponsored by Pepsi. Did Michael Jackson sponsor Pepsi, or was that Coke?
No, it was Pepsi. They're the ones that lit his hair on fire.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need a cough button.
Oh, so what'd you get for Christmas? How was yours?
My Christmas was good. My wife was sick. She's been sick for the last 2-3 days, so she's in a bad mood. And this is the first Christmas my son actually kind of realizes what's going on because he's 2.
Right.
So, you give him a few presents here and there, and then he opens it, and then he's like, all right, what can I do now that's not involving opening presents?
Yeah.
So, it made for a long, long day. But it was fun. I got a lot of stuff. I got you're not going to like this, but I got the Guns N' Roses box set of Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, God, you didn't pay the $1,000 for the super...
Which I saw today that they lowered the price for a few days. You know how much it is now?
How much?
$500.
Which
isn't bad because that comes with like all the
No, I mean, I was going to say that's not bad for what's included in it. I don't like Guns N' Roses that much. I've dropped $500 on something they put out.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of useless stuff in there. But no, I didn't get that one. I got the one with the CD version. So it comes in like a book thing. So that was cool. But actually, that's on sale now too. I think it's like $90, and I think it's regularly like $140 or something, $150 maybe, or maybe something like that. But it's on sale. So if anybody wants that, go buy it now because now it's on sale for a few days. What else did I get? Oh, I got a Ghost hat. I got a Ghost T-shirt, which I'm wearing one of them, but you can't see.
Oh, nice.
And I got another one in red, and then I got what else did I get? Oh, the Dog Fashion Disco. They put out they recorded one of their albums. So they just released that, and I got that for Christmas. You ever hear them?
I've heard of them. I never heard the band. Well, I've heard a couple songs before, but I don't really remember them. But I know who they are.
Yeah, kind of like Mr. Bungle-ish type, Faith No More kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff. Crap. And just the usual stuff. I got an Amazon gift card, which I bought the new microphone on.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, that's about it.
Oh yeah, I also got this shirt. Thank men.
Oh, that's cool. It's got the straps and everything.
Yeah.
Did you get the cut, the shave for Christmas too?
Yeah, because we had to go to the work Christmas party and
So you
you
cleaned it
have
up.
to look nice.
Who cares? They can't accept you for who you are. Don't go.
Whatever. It was a free $40 steak.
Wow.
I don't like having a full beard anyway, so it worked out.
Yeah, I didn't either. When I grew mine, that was tough.
Yeah, it's too much. Gets really irritating really fast.
It does. It does. So, all right. So, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I thought we were going to do Mercyful Fates.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did. I set it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, which you didn't mention your King Diamond figure.
Oh, yes. Well, that was actually, that's technically a birthday present.
Well,
and I got
now you're just splitting hairs here.
Well, it wasn't supposed to come out until March.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out Christmas. It came to my house on Christmas Eve, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And I opened it, and it was the new Mercyful Fate King Diamond figure, which was cool, but on his forehead where he had the cross,
mm-hmm.
They just put a regular cross on top of his forehead.
That's weird.
It's very weird. It's just like they took a marker and just went like that.
Huh.
So actually, I went on their Facebook and I sent the picture and I said a little thing. It doesn't really bother me that much, but it was still a $350 statue.
Yeah, I know. No, I'd really like one, but I could not.
It's a lot of money. I will never buy another one. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I posted it on there and I said something about the cross or whatever, and then somebody else commented under it saying they actually wrote them and they told the guy to send it back and say it was damaged, but he's just going to get a refund and they're not going to, fix it or anything.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. So I said, I'm just going to keep mine. And if it really bothers me, I'll just paint over it and put my own cross on there,
Yeah. Or demand a gift certificate or something.
Something. But, I really think Knuckle Bombs should really, fix it and send the guy, or send anybody who's got the figure that with that cross.
Well, yeah.
Wrong, send it, fix it,
I mean, that's real poor quality control and inaccurate to top it all off. I'd be pretty upset about that.
It is. It's a shame because it looks really, really nice. And the other one they did looks really nice too. Even the ghost figure that they did was really nice. But just that little tiny detail just kind of aggravates me a little bit.
Well, it's a pretty important detail. But...
It is. That's his thing, But what are you going to do? Maybe I tagged them in it, so maybe they'll write back. I said, maybe Knucklebond should, fix this for everybody. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. They probably don't give two shits. They got our money. What do they care, right?
That reminds me of the metal song they have at the beginning of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie.
I never saw it.
It starts off and the band comes out and they're like, sit there, watch. Don't like it? Walk out. It doesn't matter because we have all your fucking money.
True. At that point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never got into that show. Everybody was making a big, huge deal about that back in the day, but I don't know. I didn't really care for it.
I really enjoyed it at first. The first 6 seasons of it or so. I wasn't too crazy about it at the end. I think it ran for a little bit too long. Wow, it was a good show.
Huh?
What's that?
There was that many seasons, huh?
Oh, yeah. There's like 9. Or no, there's more than that. I think it went to something like 16.
Wow.
16. Yeah, because it started in 2001. Yeah, it was like 15, 16 seasons.
Wow, damn. You ever watch another show they have on there is Mr. Pickles?
The one with the dog. I've seen a couple episodes, but I don't watch it every week.
It's a pretty fucked up show.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It is funny. The sheriff is pretty funny.
Metalocalypse I never really got into, though.
No, I didn't either.
The biggest reason why I don't really care for Death Clock whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't like that type of metal.
Neither do I. Sometimes you find a band that's decent enough to listen to, but that didn't do nothing for me. Not a big deal.
What you were saying about the sheriff on Mr. Pickles there?
Yeah. I wish I could do an imitation of him, but it just wouldn't. He wouldn't. But he's funny though.
Oh yeah.
It's a good show. All right, so we will do. Let's see. I'll put it up here. Mercyful Fate, Melissa versus Mercyful Fate. Don't Break the Oath.
Versus Melissa Bachman.
Versus Melissa Bachman. I sent Greg a text earlier, and it said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Mercyful Fate, Melissa Bachman." I meant to say versus. I don't know. Sometimes that stupid autocorrect just does whatever it wants to do.
Yeah, I read that. I said, "What the hell, Melissa Bachman?"
Who the hell's Bachman? That's the new up and coming heavy metal star.
Well, I hope she's good at what she does.
I hope she don't break the oath.
That's right.
All right, so go ahead. Start.
Well, they're both classics.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to pick Don't Break the Oath as the better of the two because their sound's just more refined and together on that.
Yeah.
Than they are on Melissa, but Melissa's a great album too.
I'd say so too. Nope. Hold on a minute. Somebody's pushing the lights. If you just walk out there, it goes on when you walk past it. Put your hand in front of it. It was fun. Hopefully it goes on. But what were we saying now? I've totally lost track there.
Just that Melissa and Don't Break the Oath are basically almost equal in quality.
They are equal.
Yeah, I mean, just about every song on both albums is good. It's just Don't Break the Oath has that slightly better production.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa would probably still be my favorite because I had it first. But sorry, you were saying.
Don't Break the Oath also has that. Actually, it's not an intro, but on side B, I guess it would be for Don't Break the Oath. The song, it's got that cool, little.
Yeah, the oath
thing. Yeah. That really, back in high school, my friend gave me a copy of this album. He actually that was on the first half of the album. Like he switched the sides. So I thought that's how the album began, which kind of makes sense to me in a way. Beginning with intro like that. And then when I finally heard the actual album, and I heard that's kind of like, the second half is kind of weird. But
a little bit, yeah.
But when I first heard that, I'm like, man, this is pretty heavy.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty wild too. I really enjoyed that the first time I heard it.
I'd admit that it scared me a little bit. I didn't know what was going to happen, but
I was surprised it was on a record at the time, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, especially if you're not kind of like into that kind of stuff. I don't know if this thing's like really loud or what.
Yeah, I mean, if you were into Satanism like he was, it would have made sense. But just being a kid that just gets the album because you're into heavy metal, no, you got no idea.
No, you have no
it sounds epic and evil.
You have no idea what you're in store for, kid. That's like when I was younger. One of my mother's friends used to kind of she was very religious, so she would talk about heavy metal and stuff like that and how satanic things are, and, certain lyrics and stuff like that. That kind of freaked me out a little bit. But after a while you kind of realize on your own that it's just music, It means it doesn't mean anything. It's no different than a movie,
No, not really. I mean, and people read into shit way too much. Like, I remember my dad's sister thought KISS stood for Knights in Satan's Service and all that dumb shit. Which, I mean, always kind of surprised me people get that from rock music because nothing about KISS really seems all that inherently evil, even though Simmons is dressed up like a demon. I always thought of it more, it was kind of like going to see a circus show almost.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how they wanted it, really. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's got more in common with vaudeville than the devil.
Yeah, definitely. I'd never ever associated them with the devil.
No.
King Diamond, on the other hand, though, he was.
Well, King Diamond was pretty vocal about where he stood.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the cover of the first EP kind of let you know where Mercyful Fate was coming from.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I really like that cover though. That's so cool.
Oh, I love that. I wish I would have gotten that long sleeve like baseball jersey reprint they did of the one they had done in the '80s, but it sold out before
Yeah.
I could grab it.
My bootleg's always on eBay though.
Oh yeah, I'll get one at some point. It was just that one was official and it looked good, but
Yeah.
not spending $45 on it would be cool.
No.
I don't mind getting a bootleg.
And they also just re-released that on the picture vinyl.
Oh really? That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. So back to Melissa though. Actually, I like this album cover too.
Oh, great album cover.
Great album cover. Wasn't that a picture of something that they found out in the desert or something?
You know,
Is that what Melissa
I
is?
think so.
Is Melissa the bone? Is he called Melissa?
Well, Melissa is the human skull he has that he used to sing to. Well, he might still with the King Diamond shows, I don't know, but during the Mercyful Fate days, he would sing to it and walk around with it on stage.
Yeah.
I don't know how he acquired it, but it's definitely a demon skull on the front of Melissa, and I know that his actual skull, Melissa, was just a regular human skull.
Yeah. This is the picture of it. It's just a cool looking album cover.
It is. I really like that one.
It's got the bones inside the eyes and the mouth too, kind of thing. Just a cool looking album cover. But what the hell? It starts off with Evil. That's an awesome song.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorite Mercyful Fate songs, man. That is such a great.
Yep. One of the first ones I ever heard off this was Curse of the Pharaohs.
Yep. Yeah.
I heard that and I was hooked. I had to hear.
Yeah, me too. That's actually the first song I ever heard. It was on a compilation album, one of the Metal Killers things that they used to put out in the '80s.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard it on a college radio station I used to listen to. Somehow I got a college radio station from Connecticut. I live in New York, so kind of weird to get a station from all the way out there. But on my little tiny radio, and then one of the songs came on. It was that song, and yeah, I was just like, wow, this is really cool. I heard King Diamond. I was listening to King Diamond, but I never heard Mercyful Fate stuff until I heard that song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't even think I realized Mercyful Fate was even a thing. I always knew King Diamond.
I heard Mercyful Fate before I heard King Diamond.
Oh wow.
But then when I first got into King Diamond, the first album I had was The Eye, like I said before. So
that's
I didn't even.
The first one I had too.
Yeah, I know, that's weird. You're the only other person that has ever had that same situation. It's a good record, though.
It is. I got that with my friend from school. This is like back in 6th grade. He used to belong to the, those CD clubs or those tape clubs, like the penny club things.
Yeah, Columbia House and all that.
Yeah, he got it, and his mother said he didn't want him listening to this stuff, so he gave the tape to me. And yeah, I listened to it, and I hated the drums so much on that thing because it's just so electronic. But after a while, I got used to it, and then I really liked it.
Yeah, it is a good record, but that drum sound.
I wish he would have went back and just did it for real.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a change to a recording I would support.
Yeah, it definitely would make that album a lot better. Because when they play those songs live, they're so much better with the real drums.
Oh yeah, not even comparable, really.
No, not at all.
Because that album lacks a lot of power because of that during certain parts.
It does. It definitely does.
But Melissa does not.
No, everything is raw and very live on that album. Especially Satan's Fall. That song.
Oh yeah.
That song is great.
Such a great epic. That song's like its own mini horror movie. Again, I know I've said that before about other stuff, but
Yeah. And it's funny they tried to do that kind of again on that album Dead Again.
yeah, I
And it,
wasn't that crazy about that.
it didn't work. Not at all. Because they never tried to really do a song like that, until that album. I don't think, right?
No. Mm-mm.
And
I think the longest song they have in between there is probably The Oath, and the first 2 minutes of that are the prayer poem recital he does.
yeah. Yeah, they never really could match that song ever again.
Nope. They didn't really need to, though. I mean, I was fine with that being their only epic like that. That's a great song.
Yeah, definitely. And Melissa, really, that whole album is just awesome. What else is on that album?
At the Sound of the Demon Bell, I love that song. The riffs in that are great.
Mm-hmm.
Into the Coven.
Yep.
Um,
Should actually going through these songs right now. I'm thinking maybe Melissa might be the better one.
yeah, that's why I said it's my favorite. It's just Don't Break the Oath sounds better.
It does sound better.
But I like that raw production though. I think that works really well for Melissa, especially coming off of the first EP onto that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, and Black Funeral. That's the one
Black
song
Funeral
I've been
too.
thinking of.
All right.
That's a great punky little track.
Made up my mind. I think I'm going to switch to Melissa now. Somebody did a poll on Facebook about these two albums. That's why I came up with this before. I stole it from somebody else. But,
that's okay.
I voted for Don't Break the Oath. Now I'm gonna have to switch my vote.
Yeah, I would have to as well. Well, I mean, I'm looking at the track listings now, and even when you stack them up song by song comparatively, I mean, I love A Dangerous Meeting, but I'd take Evil over that.
Oh, yeah.
For me, there's no comparison between Nightmare and Curse of the Pharaohs. Curse of the Pharaohs just slays that song.
Oh yeah, Nightmare is kind of I don't know. It's kind of like all over the place a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good song in its own right, but it's a little too far off beat at certain points.
Yeah. And so is Desecration of Souls, like the whole beginning.
Yeah.
And it's got that.
I mean, I do like that beginning with the way the guitar sounds and all that, and whatever effect he's using on his voice. It's sufficiently creepy.
Oh, I'm thinking of sorry, I'm thinking of Night of the Unborn. That's the one I really don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That song's kind of messed up. The Desecration of Souls is okay.
Yeah, and it was funny because I said, there isn't really a song I don't like on either record, but actually, Night of the Unborn, I'm not all that crazy about, and Gypsy, I don't really like all that much either.
Really?
Or,
I really like that one because of the I like the drum patterns on that song. It's got that weird like kind of thing.
yeah, never mind. I'm thinking of a different song. That's not the same song.
One of my friends, he came over. He doesn't like Mercyful Fate at all. I'm not even friends with this guy anymore.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, he's not really a metal guy. He's kind of like I don't even know what the hell he was into. But he also played drums, and I played drums too, obviously. And I put Gypsy on for him because I could not. I wanted to play that song so bad, but I couldn't figure out how he was doing the drums. And he actually listened to it for like a second, and he got it right away. And he showed me how.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he showed me how to play it, and I finally caught on to it and got it. But I really like that song. I think that's my favorite song off the album. Well, no, I can't say that. Second favorite song.
What's your first favorite?
First favorite is The Oath. With that intro, and then it kicks into that song, and the main part of the song there, and it's
that song is great. Sherman and Denner are amazing on that song. I mean, I love them anyway, but that's just a classic.
It is definitely. Actually, the whole side B of Don't Break the Oath is just one good song after the other.
Yeah, I was thinking of part of Night of the Unborn, not Gypsy. I just got a little confused there, but I really don't like that song.
No, that's the clunker song of the album. Whereas opposed to Melissa, there really isn't one.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And
You got Welcome to the Depths of Hell. That's a good one.
yeah, that is a good song. You know, though, I heard that the name of that song is actually supposed to be "Welcome Prince Is of Hell," not Princess.
Prince is
Yeah, like Prince with an apostrophe and an S.
like the music.
Supposed to be about the 7 princes of hell or something like that. I forget where I was. It was on some message board, but I was like, huh, that's kind of interesting.
So why did it get changed?
Somebody at the record company did it apparently. Shit. Well, hey, this kind of came up on the fly. We really didn't have any time to prepare for this. Otherwise, I had to look it up. But yeah, you're gonna have to look into that.
Maybe we'll get King Diamond on one day.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be. It ain't gonna happen, but maybe.
No, I know it would never happen.
He actually used to do Skype calls once in a while. Like I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
A heart attack, and he was doing absolutely nothing, and he wanted to talk to the fans and stuff. And he would do Skype calls every once in a while, and that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never obviously got one because I don't know, it felt kind of funny. You know, what am I going to ask him? I don't have a show at the time. I have nothing going on. What am I going to talk to him for?
I'm sure you'd have thought of something, though.
I'm sure. I mean, I don't like to be one of those people, though.
Nah.
Fan. Oh, answer me this, answer me that. It's even weird when
same here.
But it's fun. So what else we got in there? Oh, and Come to the Sabbath, which is they still play that now in King Diamond. So.
Yeah, I mean that's a great song. That's yeah, Come to the Sabbath would be my favorite song off of Don't Break the Oath.
Really?
Yeah, I really like that song. Good album closer.
Yeah.
Real nice haunting vocals on that. That's real atmospheric. Actually, they Mercyful Fate had kind of a knack for that because Melissa's the same way on previous too.
Yeah. All right, so that's that. So we're going with Melissa.
Yep, Melissa. I mean, you just can't beat it. Every song on that album's good.
Yeah, you're right, and I really did not realize that.
I mean, even the bonus track they tacked on Black Masses, other than the fact that it screws up the flow of the album a little bit because it should end with Melissa.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have found another way to insert it into the track listing, and I'd like that a little bit better, I feel like. But it's still a good song.
Yeah. Best album cover, though, is Don't Break the Oath.
Oh, yeah, the demon coming out of the flames like that. I mean, Melissa looks cool, but you can't beat the cover for Don't Break the Oath. That's my favorite cover King Diamond's ever had in any of his bands.
This is what it looks like, just so everyone can see it. Oops. If I touch that, I'm going to fuck things up now.
Although I will say, House of God did look cool too, but that album wasn't all that great.
Don't Break the Oath. Yeah, that album, that's a whole other story. I could go on doing King Diamond stuff all night long.
Yeah, I always liked Mercyful Fate better. I listen to them more often, usually because a lot of the times with King Diamond, it's almost like you have to listen to the whole record.
You think so?
With some of them, yeah. I feel like it. Well,
I think he makes them so you don't really have to, which I've heard him say before, like how he does his songs. Like, you know, obviously it's better to listen to them all the way through because they're concept albums. But
yeah.
Really, there's a lot of stuff on there you really don't have to.
Yeah, not so much from the classic period, but once you start getting into like the Graveyard and Voodoo.
I think the Graveyard is one that you would kind of have to listen to, you know, all in one shot.
Yeah, the tracks he released as singles from that they kind of sound weird, you know, when you listen to them on their own out of context. Nothing from that record seems to work well on its own.
Yeah, not really. Now you bring that up, no, not really.
And I wasn't nuts about Voodoo either.
Really? I like Voodoo.
I mean, it's pretty good, but
Oh, there's so many good songs on that album.
I don't really think he was ever as good again as he was in the early period, you know, from '86 to like 1990.
No, of course not, because he lost Mickey D. He was the band.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, Voodoo has a few songs on it I like, but I still wouldn't hold it even comparable to.
That's one of my favorite ones out of the newer stuff, or since he came back.
Yeah. I like it better than most of the other ones. Although, "Give Me Your Soul, Please," I've never really listened to all that much.
Really?
Yeah, The Puppet Master was okay.
That was cool. I like that one.
House of God, I didn't like.
House of God was the worst.
Yeah.
The production on that thing was just so bland. All the songs were very bland.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Abigail too either.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Again, it's been years since I've listened to this stuff. I mean, I have it all on my computer here.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a King Diamond fanboy, so I like everything except for House. I mean, I like House of God, but I think that's the worst one.
Yeah.
Except the album cover is cool. Of course, the one.
Yeah. I mean, that album cover does look really cool, and then when you listen to it, it's like, man, this is boring.
Yeah. The concept was cool. It just didn't. The music was just very boring, bland. And I think actually in that time, he released a Mercyful Fate album and that album at the same time. I think that's the one. I can't remember which one.
Well, he did that with a couple of them because Dead Again and Voodoo came out back to back, and
Voodoo?
it would have been 9 and House of God.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
And as a matter of fact, I believe The Graveyard came out at the same time as Into the Unknown as well.
It was close, yeah, close to that same time. But whatever, we'll have to do a King Diamond thing next time when Troy comes back. We'll do.
Oh yeah, I mean, with Mercyful Fate, really the only album of theirs I don't like that much is Dead Again.
Yeah, that's a stinker.
Yeah, there's like one song on that I would recommend, Crossroads, but the rest of it is just bleh.
Torture is good though, the opener.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that song. See, I never listened to that one.
I actually just got that on vinyl when I went away on vacation.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just wanted.
I saw that they did that.
Collection. What?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that as well. I like Into the Unknown a lot. That's a really good record.
That is a really good record.
And In the Shadows. Matter of fact, the only thing I don't like about Into the Unknown is just that the opening track, that little 1 minute, 30-second intro, Lucifer.
Yeah. It's kind of out of place because he don't really do that stuff on his albums, on the Mercyful Fates stuff.
No, it's a little gimmicky. It feels kind of stupid at the beginning of that. But other than that, I love that record.
Yeah, good record. My favorite, though, is like of the newer stuff is Into the Unknown. That's a cool vinyl, too. I got one. It's white vinyl.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get that.
That's why I had to complete that collection. Actually, I just completed it because I bought Don't Break the Oath on vinyl the other day. I found it cheap enough, even though that's pretty expensive on eBay. God.
Well, like $40, $50, something like that?
Somewhere around there, yeah. So I found one that's kind of reasonable priced. So hopefully I get it and it's all one piece.
Cool.
So that's that. That's Melissa is our favorite out of those two albums.
Yes.
All right.
And if you don't have Melissa, you definitely should. And if you do go pick it up, you should get the remastered version with the BBC Radio 1 tracks tacked on to the end, because it's only 3 songs, but it's a really good performance by them.
They actually have one with the DVD too, don't they? Or is that like...
Yes, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's right. They have one with the DVD of that show as well.
And if you get the vinyl, there's actually 2 different versions.
Yeah, that's right. The Megaforce and or is it Music for Nations?
Yeah, the Megaforce version has a weird part in the song Melissa. Something's cut out, like one of the notes was cut out during the song.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
Yeah, it's something very weird, but it's it's still cool. It's cool,
Yep.
cool interest, little collector's item thing there, I think. So go buy both of them because they're both awesome albums anyway. So it don't matter what you buy.
Yep, that's right.
All right, moving on. You want to talk Maiden?
Sure. What Maiden album did you
Want to do this one? Peace Sells. Oh, not Peace Sells. I wrote Peace Sells. Maiden
I
never
mean,
did an album called Peace Sells.
yeah, I'll talk about Peace Cells again. Sure,
Yeah.
why not? But
Peace of Mind.
that's a really good album.
It's one of my favorite album covers.
Mm-hmm.
One of my least favorite Maiden albums.
Really, you don't like it that much?
Not the least favorite, one of them. No, because only the first half of the album was good. After that, it just drops off so bad. What's that song? I don't like Die With Your Boots On.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love Die With Your Boots On.
I do like the cover of it though that Sonata Arctica did.
Mm-hmm.
They actually did a pretty decent cover. Some people probably won't like it, but I think it's a little bit better than the original one. Just not crazy about that song for some reason. And, what else is on this song?
I mean, his vocals are a little odd in that song, the way it's done, but I really like it. I think it's a good shout along song too.
But
I love
everything after the Trooper for me is just like ugh. Still Life, ugh. Quest for Fires, ugh. Sun and Steel. Like all the choruses are so bad.
I do like Sun and Steel, but I've never been crazy about Still Life. I mean, I think that song's still okay, but I don't get the whole reputation it has as a lost classic and stuff like that. And Quest for Fire is just a bad song.
Yeah, it is. And The Tame of Land is good.
Yeah, To Tame a Land's the other song I like.
Yeah. But this whole album is just all about the first 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe skip Divey Boots On, but the first at least 5 songs.
I love Where Eagles Dare, the opener.
There, that's awesome song. I love the drum intro that I can never figure out.
Really?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, no, that's God, that's such a great song. I love that. Just makes you think of winter too.
Makes you think of what?
Like winter and being
yeah.
in wartime in winter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
Yep. And they got Revelations.
Yeah, Revelations is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful song, the way it's multi-parted like it is.
Yeah. And then Flight of Icarus.
Yeah, you can't beat Flight of Icarus, man.
We were listening to that song at work the other day. I was humming it, and then I was like, "Oh, we gotta put it on." And then I realized I wasn't singing the right song, but it still worked anyway because we listened to it. Still a good song.
Oh yeah.
And then what was after that?
That's pretty close to it. Then Die With Your Boots On, which you don't like, but I do.
No, I don't like that. And then everybody's favorite, The Trooper.
Yeah, The Trooper's a classic. Good song. I like Where Eagles Dare better, but
oh yeah, definitely a better song.
Yeah.
Musically, it's better, but Trooper's got a really cool chorus in it.
Yeah, it does. Well, I mean, the galloping beats and the riffs and everything in that song. I mean, it's signature Maiden.
Yeah. Which I wish they would really go back to this kind of style. I'm getting sick of like the proggy stuff now,
Yeah, me too. I really didn't care for the Final Frontier all that much. I mean,
I didn't either.
It's got a couple okay songs on it, I guess. But
it's better than the new album, The Book of Souls.
Yeah, that's awful.
I think it's just like so. I hate to say boring, but it is.
It is. They're both boring.
It's not as boring. It's not as that's the most boring Maiden album, I think. The Book of Souls.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
The Final Frontier is not that boring. There's some cool songs on that one.
Yeah. Another album I never really cared for from them was No Prayer for the Dying. There's a couple okay songs on that, but they needed a break badly, and that is just a weak album, and it really shows that.
Yeah, that's my first least favorite, and then it would be this one.
That's funny.
X Factor actually is better to me than this album.
I don't get that at all, but okay.
You know what it is for me though with X Factor? Maiden needed a change at that time, like really bad. And just hearing them do something kind of different and getting a different singer, it just sounded. It was like the thing to do at the time. I think, really,
Yeah.
they really needed to do it. As bad,
I mean, that record's not horrible by any means.
They still do some of the songs now, and if it was that bad, they wouldn't do the songs.
True.
I mean, they sound really cool with Bruce singing them now.
Yeah. No. My biggest problem with that record isn't really so much any of the individual songs. It's a really dreary album to begin with, and it never really moves out of that tone throughout the whole thing.
I think that's why I really like it.
Yeah.
It sets you in that mood, that miserable mood.
I can see that.
Yeah. Not that I'm miserable, but
no,
it's just really cool.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I like a lot of albums where bands do different stuff as much as their classics, but just not in this case. I mean, it's still a good record. It's not on par with their '80s stuff, man. But I don't like Peace of Mind as much as I like some of those other records either. Same with Number of the Beast. There's a couple songs on that album I don't really care for.
Yeah, that's true. Like Gangland. That's a dumb song.
Yeah, I really dislike that opener too, Invaders.
I do too.
I hate his vocals in the chorus of that song.
Yeah, it's really off. It's like really weird.
But the whole song is like that, though. The guitar sounds like it's playing at the wrong speed or something. The riffs just come together really weird. About the only thing that sounds good on it really is Clive's drumming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a poor choice for an album opener.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. A lot of people like that song, though, and I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. No, as a matter of fact, I remember when they did a poll a few years ago on their website of what people thought their best opening track was. I couldn't believe that had made it to the top 5.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
It's like, how?
I was like, top 5? Really?
Maybe people got that song confused with something else.
Yeah.
Because there's no way.
No. I mean, it's not even close.
Not even close. Because you got Children of the Damned on here. That's another good one. The Prisoner. That's always like...
Yeah, Prisoner is great.
Yeah,
22 Acacia Avenue.
The intro of that Prisoner song is like so cool.
Oh yeah, from the old TV show.
What's that from?
The old TV show from the '60s, The Prisoner.
Oh, okay. Obviously, since they named the song The Prisoner. I'm an idiot. Yeah, then you got Number of the Beast, Run of the Hills, and that's a Gangland song, which actually is Gangland on the original.
Gangland is on the original album. It's Total Eclipse that isn't, which is unfortunate because that is, well, we'll just say my favorite song from Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
Even though it's not on the original album, it was on the single to, I think the single to Run to the Hills. I don't think it was the single for Number of the Beast. I think Number of the Beast has a live version of Murders in the Room Morgue on the B-side, which I don't care for Bruce's interpretation of that song at that point in time.
They not redid, but they re-released the albums, and they took the Total Eclipse off.
Yeah, I believe it was between that and Gangland, and the story at the time was they really liked Clive's drums in that, so they went with that song. But then after they heard the album, after it was released, and then people started talking about the B-sides, they were like, yeah, we made a mistake.
Yeah, you made a mistake on that one. Whoops, because that would have been a perfect album all the way through, almost. After you got
Oh yeah,
after you got past Invaders, then you would have been safe.
yeah. It would have been great if you took Gangland off in favor of and then Gangland would actually be a really good B-side. Oddly enough.
That's true because it does sound like a B-side, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad song. It's just not like album quality.
Yeah, it doesn't fit, especially coming before "Hallowed Be Thy Name."
Yeah,
You know, the awesome
they.
album closer.
Oh yeah, that's another song that's just a total classic Maiden.
Classic Maiden. I don't know how the hell we got from Peace of Mind to this, but whatever.
Well, I
The
mean,
Mod Pod show.
they do follow each other.
They do. That's right. You're right. What's
But
the next album?
Peace of Mind, even though I got it with the other albums at the same time, and I like it. I don't like it as much as the records that surround it, really. So
You don't like it as much as Power Slave?
I guess those ones are about even.
I was gonna say, Power Slave's way better.
Yeah.
I remember I got the first time I heard Power Slave. I got the remember when they released those the double CDs of the albums?
Yes.
Yeah, and I finally heard it, and
Yeah, I have all of those.
Yeah, they reissued the bonus disc on the what am I trying to say? The bonus disc that came with the album.
Hmm?
And
Yeah.
had, Rainbow's Gold and
King of Twilight.
Yeah, King of Twilight. Those were really cool songs, even though they were covers. But I never heard them at the time, so it was cool.
Yeah, the well, Power Slave again has a song I outright dislike, and that's the Duelists.
Yeah, that song's the least favorite song on this album for me too.
And I don't much care for the instrumental on this one either.
Really?
Lost for Words. It's not as good as their other instrumentals.
It's not as good as the one off of the second album.
No, it's not better than Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan beats Lost for Words into the ground.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely does. Still good though. I like it. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's just one of my least favorite on the album.
And this one has a better opener. Aces High.
Oh yeah, Aces High is
especially. Well, and I wish they would have added it to the album. Is that Churchill speech that they use when they play it live?
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
That would have been really cool.
Trying to think. Well, I don't know. I like them two songs about equally. And if I really had to pick, I'd probably go with Aces High, but I really don't think it's better than Where Eagles There. Those are two really.
Oh no, that's definitely not better than Where Eagles There. I'm talking about it's better than the one from
Invaders. Oh yeah, way better.
I forget the name of that song because I hate it.
Yeah, I remember it because I love that song that they had on one of the Metal from Others compilations in the early '80s, Invasion, which was a B-side to Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
It was the B-side to Sanctuary, and that's a great song. And I'm always telling everybody about that. I'm like, oh, but it's a little bit more obscure. You're gonna have to look for it. And they're like, oh, you mean the one that starts out number of the B-side? No. I hate that song.
Definitely not that song. Terrible song. But
yeah, Power Slave's pretty much good all the way through. It's just the Duelists. I always skip that song.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have the cassette, so I've suffered with having to sit through it plenty.
I'm glad I didn't live through those days. I didn't have
it. Yeah, I had a cassette deck. Somewhere in time, though, I like that better than both Power Slave and Peace of Mind. That's a great album.
That is a good album. A lot of synthesizer stuff in there, though.
Yeah, but they use it to make a beautiful record, man.
It does. It really.
I mean, they take '80s guitar synths and turn them into gold in your ears.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome album. Even the album cover, that's one of my favorite album covers. There's just
Yeah, that's one of their best. So much detail.
much detail and things from like the past albums are in that cover, and just
Mhm.
a lot of hidden little things in there.
Yep.
Really a great piece of artwork.
Hmm. And then that whole album's great. Alexander the Great might go on a little bit too long, actually, but I still like
Yep. That's a good one. All right. So
I will say though that since we were talking about the double discs, and although I had the Wasted Years and the Stranger and the Strange Land singles on cassette a few years before I ever had those CDs, and when the albums that I picked up in the thrift store from my dad had all been more the pre-85 period. So I had heard all those B-sides, and then up to Peace of Mind, Cross-Eyed Mary, and I've Got the Fire, and then Invasion, and Maiden Japan, and some of the stuff from their Verse 2, and Total Eclipse, and all the B-sides were just awesome. So when I popped in the B-side of Wasted Years and heard that Sheriff of Huddersfield song, I was pissed. That is hands down probably the worst song Iron Maiden has ever recorded. I know it's a joke, but it is a bad joke.
I thought it was funny. I like that song.
No, terrible.
I wouldn't put it on the best of, but I'd like it.
No, that song's almost as bad as Nico McBrien's interviews from the first 10 years.
It's Nico McBrain.
Whatever.
What was that? They did a really bad cover. I think it was a Led Zeppelin song.
Oh, they did a Communication Breakdown with Blaze, I think it was. Yeah.
No, they did it with Bruce.
Oh, that's right. That was one of the B-sides to Fear of the Dark.
Was it Fear of the Dark? It might have been. Yeah, I hated that cover.
Oh, now, I'm thinking with Blaze, they covered a song called Kill Me, Swire by Golden Earring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another one that comes off really bad. I mean,
actually,
I know they love 70s prog rock like that, but it didn't translate well.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh.
That was released on the No Prayer for the Dying. So
what?
Bruce sang that. Kill Me. I don't even know how to say that. The Golden.
The Swire. Yeah. Oh, huh. I thought that was Blaze.
Nope, that wasn't Blaze. Let's see what Blaze did. Didn't they might have did Dr. with Blaze. I know they did that, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. I don't care for their version of Dr. But
really? I thought they did a pretty good job on that one.
The band sounds good. It's mostly his vocals I don't like on that.
Oh, I like his stuff. Do you like his solo stuff?
No.
Mm-mm. Really? Have you even listened to it?
Well, I've never heard if he's got a solo band called Blaze or some shit like that. I've never even heard of it, but I didn't care for Wolfsbane.
Well, Wolfsbane is like I guess it's almost like a hair metal kind of band kind of thing.
Well, either way, I didn't like it.
It sounds nothing like his solo stuff. If you check out Ghost in the Machine, you might like that album.
I love that album by The Police.
Well, it's not. It's not the Police album.
Damn.
I'll have to send it to you because I think you would like it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, I don't really hate his vocals. I just don't think he was a good fit for Maiden.
He ended up not really being a good fit for Maiden, but he does really work well on his own.
And well, I don't generally like when people cover Doctor to begin with, and just his vocals were not right for it.
Why is
that? But the only people that should play that song are UFO and the Michael Schenker group, and the Scorpions.
This guy, I didn't know the Scorpions did that too.
Well, the Scorpions never really did it separately. they happened to be playing a show in the same place as the Michael Schenker group, and they came on stage, and both bands played Doctor Doctor together for the encore on the Rock Will Never Die tour.
That's nice. That's nice of them.
Yeah, it's actually really cool because you never, ever really get to see the two Schenker brothers on stage together.
Yeah.
Plus, I love Klaus Maine's voice, even though most people think it's weird. So
Yeah,
it was cool to hear him sing Doctor Doctor.
Yeah, no, I don't really like his voice.
I know nobody does. That's okay.
I don't like the Scorpions. But
yeah.
On that note, I think we should end the show before.
Yeah, probably. And we'll talk about Scorpions in the future.
Yeah, we could do a Scorpion show. You can make me listen to a Scorpions album.
Yeah, and we'll do Voivod again.
We will.
Sorry, Dan.
Dan, the show. I will talk to you, Dan. Don't worry. Everything's good with us. I'm sure Troy likes it too. So.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we had talked about it a little bit. He likes the Wake.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's it's up there for album of the year in a lot of people's lists, and rightly so. Me personally, it's my favorite, even though I've heard other things I've liked. But I mean, that's the best album I think they've made since The Outer Limits. Really, it's just a pure classic for them.
Yeah, that was my first intro to Voivod. So, and
cool.
It made me a fan. You know,
nice. It's a really good place to start because,
I remember you saying when we did the first review of it that they incorporate a lot of the older stuff into this album, right?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. There's a lot of echoes of the past on it, and they really incorporate it well into their new sound. But there's some nostalgic stuff in there, that make the old fans go, "Oh, hey, cool." How they work it in is just amazing. And Chewy Dan Mongrain, the guitar player, I think he crafted a masterpiece with it. It's excellent.
Yeah.
His guitar work is just amazing.
We like it. It was so funny when I messaged him.
You mean the one with the 4 guys and 3 of them don't even know who Voivod are?
Very funny.
I was like, ooh.
We'll have to school him on the way of this show, though.
Yeah.
No harm to any band. Even if we don't like your album, there's no harm in anything. It's just the show is basically about, we just pick random things. Either I like something that these guys didn't hear of, and I like to get their opinions on them. That's basically what it is.
Yep.
Just having fun. Just random, talks about anything. Just like you having talks with anybody at work or wherever. Honestly.
Yeah, just like tonight. Wasn't really, definitely wasn't planned.
No, well, it was planned, but it wasn't planned. We had something planned. Somebody had to get sick. What a amateur.
Yeah, I know. You got to let your kids taste the tea first. I mean, come on now.
Could have let Nia tasted it.
Yeah, Nia, Mr. Nasty Face would be the perfect indicator.
All right. On that note, we will be back next week, hopefully. Actually, be after New Year, so hopefully everybody's still is back to normal by then. You froze. Greg froze. Greg froze. All right, so I'm going to leave on that. Oh, he's back. No, he's not. You're back now. Are you froze?
Am I now?
No, you're not now.
Okay.
That was funny. You just sat there. And
then switched to.
And I pretended like I was frozen.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you next week. We will probably do the Evergrey album that we were supposed to do today. So be prepared. See you then, everybody. Happy almost New Year's.
Merry New Year. Don't forget to eat your beef jerky and watch Trading Places.
Bye-bye. Oops, I forgot to do the outro.
Oh well.
Who cares?